I'ma chase my dreams. Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Transparently D. Well, I'm keeping it 100% transparent in the life of D. Good afternoon everyone. How was your day? How was your week been? How was your month going? How was your month of March going? I am coming back to you all with a very brief video about my transfer and how it went and what's going on and if it worked or not. If you all hear noise, my 17-month-old is down here playing. So if you hear her, that is why. This will be a very brief video because the last first of all, we just came back from Alabama and we went to the historical slave thing in Alabama. So we just came back. That's why I had the mask on. But I did want to fill you guys in. I left you all off where Dr. Kiltz did my transfer. And I was going home the next day. And I did go home that night. It wasn't that night. It made the next day. Because my flight didn't leave until like 5. So that next day, I went across the street to Tully's and I had some wings. And I was just trying to eat the wings and I got nauseous. I got so sick. I was like, I just thought that it was the way that they were cooked. And I just didn't like the way that they were cooked. So I just chopped it up to that. I was like, that's weird that I got nauseous. You know, I just didn't like the texture or grease. I don't know what it was, you know, but I didn't like those. So I flew home the next day. And y'all know I'm a testaholic. So I said I was going to wait until at least 3 days post-transfer to test. But I did not. I started testing when I got back home. Well, not when I got back home. I got home that next day and then the next day, that Saturday. Maybe it was that next day. It was that next day when I got home. I took a test. Tyler. Clearly she's doing her own thing, guys. But anyway, long story short, I took a test at 2 days post-transfer and the test came back positive. Now you all know that I did the HCG and the PRP watch 48 hours before my transfer. So that was like 96 hours after that I took the test. So I was like, that's a long time for HCG watch to still be in your system. So of course I got kind of hyped a little bit. And so I kept testing. And testing. And testing and testing. And all of my tests were positive. So here is one of my last tests. This test was at 9 days. This test was at 9 days post 5-day transfer. And let me see if I can make you get there. And as you can see, it says pregnant. We are pregnant. We are pregnant. So I went 9 days post 5-day transfer, which was that same day. And I had my beta drawn. My first beta was 315.3, which is astronomical for me because with Skylar, I think my first one was 28. I'm going to insert a picture of my first HCG level. My first HCG level was 315.2. And my second one was 1483.3. And my last one was 14,000. So I've had 3 so far. And we have had an ultrasound. We had an ultrasound on this past Wednesday, and I'll insert a picture here. That's right. God answered my prayers. Both of my embryos took. I am pregnant with twins. Both of them are measuring right on time. Right now, I am 6 weeks and 4 days today. And how am I feeling? I have 0 symptoms. I don't have any symptoms whatsoever. I'm not nauseous. I'm not, I guess I could say I'm more tired. I don't know if that's tired because I'm running behind a toddler and still working, or if I'm tired because of the pregnancy. I'm just tired. And my boobs are huge. They don't hurt. They're not sore or anything, but they are bigger than what I'm used to them being, which the mister enjoys. But for me, I'm like, oh, my boobs are big. Sorry, my daughter's playing with her toys down on the floor. Whoops. Okay, and I go back to the fertility clinic sometime next week, and then I am going to my OB on the 30th. So, you know, the goal was to do a VBAC. I am still going to try that as a goal. I don't know if how realistic that's going to be. I really want to do a VBAC. But if I'm not able to, I'm really okay with that. I did join some twin support groups, and a lot of them are saying, oh, they'll let you go 40 weeks. Oh, you got to go at 36 weeks. So I had my kids at 36 weeks, and they're in the NICU. And so instead of having a goal to do a VBAC, and I don't know why I'm like emotional, like I want to cry. What's going on? But instead of my goal being a VBAC, my goal is 0 NICU time for the boys. If you are just now following me, just now seeing my videos, we did transfer in 2 PGS tested normal boys. So we are having die boys. We had an issue. So I wasn't going to get any early ultrasounds. I was going to wait until like 9 weeks to get an ultrasound. Just because I feel like early ultrasounds cause a lot of confusion. You know, people come into the groups and they're like, oh my God, they didn't see anything but the sac. Is that normal? Oh my God, they didn't see this. Oh God. I mean, really, it's just that you're too early to see anything. So that's why I wanted to wait until 9 weeks so I can see everything and move forward. But I was having some abdominal pain that night, and it woke me up out of my sleep. And then when I went to the bathroom, it was kind of just like some light bleeding. So I contacted my fertility clinic, and I was like, listen, you know, I messaged them on the portal. And she was like, oh, you need to go to the ER. I was like, the ER? I was like, I don't have Medicaid. The ER is not free for me. That's your suggestion for me, is for me to go to the ER? Really? And so then they messaged back, and they was like, well, if you're having abdominal pain and bleeding, then we do suggest you go to the ER. So I messaged them again. And I said, let me make sure I got this right. With COVID-19 going on, your suggestion to me as a patient is that I go walk into an emergency room and sit in an emergency room when you have an office here that I can go to. I just want to make sure I have this correct. So probably about 40 minutes after that message was sent, Dr. Kiltz called. He was like, no, Donna, don't go. I don't know if he was monitoring it or somebody sent it to him or what, but he was like, no, don't go to the ER. Go to the Atlanta office. I'm going to call them and I'll call you back. But he didn't call me back. The Atlanta office called me. It was like, well, we talked to Dr. Kiltz. He should have come in. So I came in, and it said that I had a subchorionic hemorrhage by twin A. And of course that sent my nerves on a roller coaster. What is it, baby? What is it? What is it? Of course that sent my nerves on a roller coaster because what happened with Skylar and her twin. Am I in your way? You good enough that you can get up under my sink? Baby? Baby, you want me to hold your baby? Okay, I'll hold your baby for you. You want to get on the camera? Come here. Come on. Let mama pick you up. Come here. Come here. Come on. Hold on, y'all. Say hi. You want to tell the peeps hi? Say hi, peeps. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. How you doing? Say my name is Skylar. Hi. So I was a little nervous about that. Them telling me that I have a subchorionic hemorrhage, and they said, they put me on pelvic rest. I couldn't lift anything 5 pounds, etc., etc. So I messaged Colette Williams, the lady who I tagged her videos in her prior videos in my video. And I let her know. I was like, I'm having bleeding. And she had already did a prayer. Oh, Dada. Mimi did it? Or Dada did it? Who did it? Hi. Say hi. Hi. Yeah, that's what I said. Can I finish real quick? Okay. So, anyway, she prayed for me and stuff. And then this past Wednesday, we went back to the clinic again. And they said that the subchorionic hemorrhage had dried up. You want to get down? It was totally gone. And I'm off pelvic rest. Not that we were doing anything anyway. I'm just really tired right now. Really. So I'm really not doing much of anything right now anyway, as far as my pelvic goes. But I'm off pelvic rest. The subchorionic hemorrhage is totally gone. They took me off of my Lovenox, so I'm no longer taking Novalox. Novalox. Why does that sound like I'm pronouncing that wrong? Yes, Novalox. I have a whole bunch of these, and I'm no longer taking those anymore, just because I did have the bleed before. I am still taking my progesterone and oil 2 mLs or 100 milligram shots in the morning, and I'm taking my endometrium. This is the only one I use. A lot of people use Creon and all that other stuff. This is the one that I use. I'm still using that, and I'm still using my estrogen patches, and I'm still using my estrogen pills, and all my multivitamins. And I called my cardiologist, and I let him know. I said, listen, I am pregnant, and I wanted to make sure that the blood pressure medications that you have me on are good. And they said, and he called me back and I missed the call, but he left me a voicemail. He was like, congrats. No, first the lady was leaving the message, and he was like, you could hear him in the background. It's like, let me get the phone. And he was like, congratulations. I'm so happy. I love my cardiologist. He is amazing. He was like, nope, I want you to stop taking, because I was taking aspirin, 325 milligrams as well, and my blood pressure pills, the amlodipine and the atenolol. He's like, nope, don't take those anymore. I'm calling you in labetalol. Take the labetalol. Stop the aspirin as long as you're on the Lovenox. And if they take you off the Lovenox, then you call me back, and we'll see about, starting back the aspirin. So now I'm back on the aspirin since I'm off the Lovenox, and I'm taking prednisone, but I'm weaning off of the prednisone now. And then I go back to the doctor this week. So that is where we are. We are pregnant with twins. And I thank God. Y'all, I'm telling you, I know a lot of people were like, I sense. A lot of people was like speaking against my transfer because I am so positive. But I truly believe that you have to have a positive outlook in this journey. You have to have a positive outlook. You have to speak it into existence. You have to have faith, because like I said in my other video, there's a point where science stops and your body, your faith, Jesus has to kick in. And if it does not, if you don't have it, if you speaking negative, like they be all in the group, I'm telling y'all cousins, listen, they be in the group, boy, I just had my consult and I just believe that this isn't gonna work. Okay, girl, well then it ain't gonna work. But I just scroll by it. I just scroll by it because I don't have time for that energy. I just don't have time for that at all. That is the craziest, most weird thing to me in the world, that you think something is not going to work that you haven't even tried yet. That drives me crazy. So since I know it drives me crazy, I stay away from that foolishness. But so here's another test I took. That line is definitely there, and these are all dry now because I've been taking these tests. What day is this? This was 11 days post 5-day transfer. Mind you, I had already had my beta by this time, but who cares? I was still taking urine tests. I'm not even gonna tell y'all how many tests I took. This was 9 days post 5-day transfer. I always take the blue ones because you know they have the horrible dry lines or whatever they call indents. So I only take those when I know it's positive. But let me see what I got over here. So y'all want to see my first test? Where is it at? This is my first test that I took. This was 2 days post 5-day transfer. Let me see if I can get that to show up without the glare. Boom, there you go. See how light that line is, y'all? It is super light, but it was there. And then by 3 days post 5-day transfer, at night it was much darker, although I can't make it show really good here, but you can see it better right here. I'll insert a picture too, but you can't really see it on there. And then by 4 days post 5-day transfer, that joker was blazing. Well, it ain't blazing, but you can definitely see it. And that's 4 days post 5-day transfer. And the funny thing is, that one was much darker. This is the one with Skylar. And this was 4 days post 5-day transfer with Skylar. And although, let me see if I can make y'all see that. Although you can see it, it's very light. It's very light compared to with the boys. 4 days post 5-day transfer is definitely different. But anyway, so I just wanted to come and give y'all the good news that God worked it out. He worked it out in our favor. We are having twin boys. I am pregnant. Thank you, Dr. Kiltz. Thank you, everybody at CNY Fertility. Your staff is amazing. Everybody's amazing there. I really do love you all. If you are on this journey and you don't know which way to go, or you feel like this is something that you can't afford, I challenge you to try CNY Fertility, because one thing about Dr. Kiltz is that he genuinely wants to get you pregnant. He genuinely wants you to have the baby that your heart's desire. And his staff members and all the doctors are really on board with getting you pregnant. And I would like to say thank you, Dr. Robert Kiltz, for making priceless affordable. Because if it had not been for CNY Fertility, I probably would not have these 3 children. And I appreciate you, and I love you. And although this is my last time going to CNY, I am going to miss you tremendously. I will always be there to volunteer, or whatever help you need for CNY Fertility, I will be there. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you for subscribing to me. Like, comment, share on this video. I appreciate everybody who is on this journey with me. We are having twins. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we're having twins. Thank you again. I appreciate you. And you know how we do it on this channel. Keep your faith on fleek. That's not what I want to say. Keep your faith on fleek. And always remember, strive to be on top because the bottom is already too crowded. Peace.
My dreams, everything alright, everything alright. I'ma chase my dreams, everything go right, everything go right. I'ma chase my dreams, everything alright, everything alright. I'ma chase my dreams, everything alright.